From Rodeo Drive to rock bottom, it was a crisp Beverly Hills morning when Erika Jayne woke to a dozen missed calls. Not from her glam team, not from Bravo producers, but from her attorney. Tom was sentenced, he said simply, his voice grave. She sat in the marble-tiled kitchen of her $1.5 million rental in Hancock Park, barefoot in a pink silk robe, eyelashes still clinging to last night's smoky eye. On the island sat a mostly untouched green juice beside a half-finished glass of Veuve Clicquot. "How long?" she asked, already knowing it wasn't going to be 6 months of white-collar slap on the wrist. 16 years. Federal. Erika didn't flinch. She took a sip of champagne. About damn time. Flashbacks in fur. Once upon a Beverly Hills night, Erika Jayne and Tom Girardi were the legal elite's answer to Barbie and Ken. If Ken wore Brioni suits and Barbie belted out club hits like $XXBen Ave. Tom was a legendary trial attorney, the kind who sued multinational corporations and left courtrooms with $100 million judgments. He had represented RHOBH, for God's sake. His name was gold. Until it wasn't. Their Pasadena estate, a 10,000-square-foot shrine to old money glam, hosted opera singers and federal judges, socialites and senators. Erika twirled in the Queen while Tom toasted in Crystal. Their love story, her 27 years his junior, was painted as unconventional but passionate. But behind the mansion's stone gates, secrets thickened like foundation. And those secrets would soon implode on national television. The housewife, the hustle, the horror. When Erika joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2015, she was already an enigma. Pop diva by night, lawyer's wife by day, and fashion goddess always. Fans adored her for being fierce and unapologetic. But whispers started the moment the headlines did. Millions were missing. Victims of plane crashes and cancer lawsuits hadn't been paid. Girardi Keys, the legal empire Tom had built, was collapsing. Suddenly, Tom wasn't a legal legend. He was a suspected thief. Worse, a fraud. The FBI raided the offices. Bank accounts were frozen. Tom claimed dementia. Erika, painted in Fendi and fire, denied knowing anything. "Do you think I'd be here if I did?" she told Andy Cohen during a reunion that now lives in Housewives' infamy. "Look at me. Look at my life." And we did. Every meltdown, every designer outfit, every cryptic Instagram post. But the court wasn't looking at her wardrobe. It was looking at the money. Bravo, betrayal, and bank records. Federal investigators combed through the ashes of Tom's career and uncovered a trail of destruction that stunned even the most seasoned legal analysts. Settlement funds meant for burn victims and grieving widows had vanished. Documents revealed tens of millions were rerouted through Girardi Keys' accounts. Private jets, donations to political campaigns, and Erika's pop career had all been funded, at least in part, by stolen settlement money. The victims? Orphans. Cancer survivors. The very people Tom had sworn to protect. In court, prosecutors painted a Shakespearean tragedy of greed and decay. One assistant testified that Tom once said, "They'll all be dead before they sue me." Tom himself, silent, stooped in a wheelchair, eyes vacant. He was declared competent enough to stand trial. And now, sentenced. Erika, exposed. Erika Jayne walked into the courthouse for the final day of Tom's sentencing in oversized sunglasses and an immaculately tailored black pantsuit. Not as a defendant, but as a symbol. The woman who danced in latex to the beat of millions lost. Paparazzi swarmed. "Erika, do you feel responsible? Did you know about the embezzlement? Will you give the earrings back?" She didn't answer. Not then. Inside, victim impact statements echoed off the walls like ghosts. "My husband died in that crash. I trusted Tom Girardi with the settlement for our children. I have stage IV cancer, and I couldn't pay my medical bills because the money disappeared. I lost everything." Erika stared ahead, her mascara unmoving. Then the judge spoke. "Thomas Vincent Girardi, you are sentenced to 16 years in federal prison for wire fraud, embezzlement, and obstruction of justice." Tom didn't cry. He barely blinked. Erika did neither. She adjusted her blazer and left without a word. The $750,000 earrings and the price of denial. The earrings have become a symbol. $750,000, 14-karat diamond studs. Purchased with money, meant for a widow in Yawa, as the prosecutors alleged. Erika wore them on red carpets, in confessional interviews, and once during a now infamous Watch What Happens live appearance. "I'm not guilty of doing anything but being glamorous," she had said. But the internet didn't agree. The court ordered her to hand them over. She appealed. Twice. "Those were a gift," Erika told her attorneys. "Tom gave them to me years ago. He gave them with money that wasn't his," the judge snapped back during the hearing. "And now they're evidence." In a dramatic court moment fit for Bravo, Erika reluctantly handed them over. She wore a gray Givenchy wrap dress and stilettos, and when she removed the earrings in front of cameras, it was like watching a queen step down from a throne. Public sympathy had vanished. Pretty Mess and the unraveling. With her glam budget slashed and the lawsuits mounting, Erika did what she always did, she performed. The Pretty Mess Tour 2.0 launched to tepid reviews and modest venues. Nightclubs in Vegas, cruise ship theaters, one set in the back of a mall in Tampa. Gone were the fire cannons and Swarovski bodysuits. Her dancers now doubled as stagehands. One blogger called it the Marie Antoinette Tour, cabaret at the end of an empire. Still, she danced. She flipped her hair. She sang the words, "It's expensive to be me." Backstage, she sipped vodka alone. No entourage, no Tom. Meanwhile, more victims sued. Her lawyers said she wasn't responsible. Legally, she may have been right, but in the court of public opinion, she was losing badly. Hollywood forgives, but victims don't. In Beverly Hills, the gossip never sleeps. At SUR, Lisa Vanderpump sipped rosé and told friends, "Darling, I always knew something was off with that man." And Erika. "Well, diamonds can't fix everything, can they?" Kyle Richards was more diplomatic. "It's just sad. I don't know what Erika knew, but people are hurting." Bravo began cutting ties. Erika wasn't fired, but she wasn't featured in promotional material for the new RHOBH season either. Fan favorite Garcelle started receiving producer attention. A younger housewife was brought in to refresh the cast. Erika was quietly fading. The glitz that once drew audiences now repelled them. She became the reality villain, the woman who danced while victims wept. Meanwhile, the victims. Some had finally received partial restitution through bankruptcy courts. Others continued to wait. One woman, a burn victim from the infamous PG&E lawsuit, spoke to 60 Minutes. "I watched Erika say she was the victim. But my skin melted off in that explosion, and I still can't pay for my daughter's braces." Erika versus America. In a move that shocked even her harshest critics, Erika filed a civil countersuit. Her argument? That she too was defrauded by Tom. "I had no access to the firm's accounts," she said in a press statement. "I was a housewife, not a partner." The victims called it a stunt. Legal experts called it damage control. But the headlines screamed. Erika Jayne now suing ex-husband Tom Girardi after he's sentenced to prison. The lawsuit was mostly symbolic. Tom was in a federal facility in Colorado, reportedly suffering from advanced Alzheimer's. He would never pay a dime. But for Erika, the countersuit was about survival. If she couldn't clear her name in court, maybe she could in Hollywood. She launched a new podcast, Pretty Messed Up. The first guest was a former assistant prosecutor who said she'd seen how deep Tom's manipulation went. He'd fooled everyone. Judges, lawyers, even his wife. Maybe Erika was a victim, some wondered. Maybe. But most weren't ready to forgive. A life in lip gloss and litigation. 3 years passed. The Bravo checks were smaller. The lawsuits dwindled, but the scars remained. Erika had downsized to a modest house in West Hollywood, modern, sleek, but a far cry from her old palace in Pasadena. Her glam teen was now a one-woman show named Leela, who also ran her TikTok. The jewelry was costume. The clothes were rented. The tone, softer. She released a memoir titled Diamonds Aren't Forever. In it, she didn't beg for sympathy, but she did offer perspective.